have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half.
On second down, Kamara. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now. Jameis now on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Frank's throw caught by Bird here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going.
In this case, the feet did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass wind up incomplete. Now Franks. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And this will be taken at the 13. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Now do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game. More aggressive in the shorter zone. And did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run confidence at an all-time high right now.
On 1st down, here's Franks. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn. This is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Baker. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the...
Now Winston. That escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. After the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but
9-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8.
Those are the kicks that you worry you might have to confront again in the end. You had a chance to go up by 2 scores here in the third quarter, but your kicker can't convert.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Paulson and Debo. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
Following the interception, Winston. And that's going to be 2 as they come up 2nd and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Boy, as the day goes along.
Play action now. Winston. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next. And get this proverbial train back on track.
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
On 1st and 10, Franks. Throw caught here by Bird. That'll go for a gain of 7. And
especially the little guys like we're watching here are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Zacchaeus here hauling it in. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first.
Well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Franks now to throw on 1st down. Complete to Zacchaeus. And a 5
there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do to runner for a loss.
Franks, 3rd down from the gun. And he's taken down here by the Saints. That was the safety, Marcus May, who got the sack there. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better in the pocket for their quarterback?
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. On the return, Hardy. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. The crowd maybe
on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later. and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field.
2 now. Here's 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 57 yards rushing for him. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Holding offense.
Well, he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Escaping the pressure right. And out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 40. The 20. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
That fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he can only
help their spot and stacked him up.
Franks now on 2nd down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
The play over before it really got started thanks to Pete Werner.
And now you have to start throwing it a little bit more.
2nd down, Franks. And he'll be down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will hold at 15. So no real weather issues, anything of that nature to speak of, but that's now 2 missed field goals here so far.
And not to use this as an excuse, but I will say it is a little bit different kicking outdoors than it is in a dome.
Sure.
You can fall in love with perfect footing, no breeze whatsoever. I doubt that had too big of an impact, but you never know.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Through the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays.
Actually, the quarterback. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's over mid.
And an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Play fake. Kaiser. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, no, down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go play action with Franks. Out to his left. And this will be well.
That throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings...
line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And you now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. McCaffrey on the counter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a first carry for their fullback. This defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They hand off to their big tight end. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching, looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. From the red zone now, Kaiser. And that's going to be 2nd and 10. Play action now, Kaiser. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman from 13 yards out. And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Franks. Pass.
He's been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to...
Check, pick. Black one.
Franks will throw for it on 4th down. Going for the deep ball. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it.
On play action, Kaiser. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Off the play fake, Kaiser. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Austin Hooper. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is.